HarleyTrek, and these are the voyages. I hope today finds you well, my friends. I am pounding down the interstate on my favorite mode of transportation, so you're not going to hear me complain very much. I am some miles south of Knoxville, Tennessee right this moment, and I am wending my way to a log home that is owned by the family of Broncoride, and he's coming down. He's bringing Orvis 128 with him. Moose 3971 will turn up if he's not already the first one there, and we'll be spending the weekend just riding the roads around here. There's some good roads to ride, and you know, just getting on that one more trip before the season ends. And speaking of seasons, today has marked the first day that the temperatures have won't get anywhere near 90 degrees since the springtime. As the weather has turned, I think that is partially due to Hurricane Michael. I hope all of you out there that have suffered his wrath are quick to find recovery and rebuilding. I can't imagine going through something like that and then deciding to shelter in place. But I guess you become inured to it, and you know, if it were me, I'd be on the first bus out of there if I could. But you know, it's all in what you're used to, the risk you're likely to take. I'm doing several tens of miles over the posted speed limit right now on a two-wheeled conveyance that is subject to Newtonian physics. So it's all about the risk you're willing to take, the risk you know versus the risk you don't know. And personally, I'd rather not drown or have my house fall in on me. So this is an acceptable level of risk for me. But yeah, we wanted to get one more ride in, thanks to Broncoride, my biker brother, who had volunteered the space. It's a pretty roomy place. We'll be knocking around in it. They sleep several more than we'll be occupying it, so excuse me. But it's remote. Actually, if you went back a couple of hootenannies and went to Broncoride's page, he actually shot a little bit of video from that stopover. He did stop over on his way to North Carolina or maybe it was, I don't know if it was last year or not. It could have been last year. I'm getting old and my brain cells don't work like they used to. Where he stayed there and kind of showed us around, and it looks glorious, and I'm very thankful for the opportunity. But you know, as I said, you know, in my current situation, the only trips I can afford to take are ones where the lodging doesn't cost anything, and I can cover food and fuel, and it's a short, you know, 2-3 days. I'm not exactly sure when it's over. It's either Monday or Tuesday, but that remains to be seen. And then we hope to have a great weekend. On a personal front, it's been a couple of weeks since I came to you and asked for your help in my current situation of joblessness and ever-encroaching debt and helplessness and hopelessness. And you guys have really gone a long way to helping me keep my house, and yes, even keep my bike. Thank you for that one commenter who probably didn't bother to get the meat of the story, and just saw that you know, I was begging to keep my motorcycle with your help, and you know, put down that comment about, well, you shouldn't have bought it if you couldn't afford it. And you know, that may be true, but I could afford it when I had a job. And I spaced it out that way just to make sure that you know, I didn't become too encumbered as a single man, paying a settlement to his ex-wife for the next 2.5 years still, as part of the divorce agreement, so I don't get hauled back into court for that, and plus my mortgage payment. And you know, you don't know I've tried to be as transparent as possible. And it really gets me. Everybody has been so wonderful, and this one individual has just you know, gone and ripped the goodness out of it. You know, I definitely can't afford it now, sir. Thank you very much. And the cash will probably be going on the market in the next 2 or 3 weeks, because it's either that or no, I've got another plan in place. I just have to wait for it. Be patient. That's why this GoFundMe campaign is called Bridging the Gap, because I expect to have work. I mentioned last time that with Apple tech support, and that's taking a little bit of time because and I don't want to cast aspersions at my possibly future employer, but they had some issues rolling out Mojave in the tech support realm, and it's turned quite into the bugbear, and they're behind there, so they've kind of slacked up on bringing on new people right this very second. So I am confident, hopefully confident, that I will be tapped and made a knight and step into the world of telephone-based tech support. And that won't be too different for me, because I give a lot of tech support just in daily life for computers and stuff, family and friends, and what have you. So, but it's not Macintosh or Mojave, the new operating system that I have experience in. It's all Windows based. But you know, one's a tricycle, one's a scooter. They both got wheels, so what are you gonna do? I've been able to. Well, I made a decision regarding some other funds that I have no choice but to tap to get me over to where I can probably start making some more money. I do Uber. It doesn't pay crap. You know, you make your money with tips, and folks around here don't tip worth crap. It's probably everywhere. I feel for you in food service and service industries like that require, or that not require, they'll be the first one to say they don't require a tip, but that gratuity isn't heavily encouraged, and you're just not getting it. So there's always that. You know, I can make, you know, maybe 50-60 bucks a night during the week, but you know, the season's turning and people are going home, and the tourist aspect of our economy is going to go to sleep for the next several months. So I don't know if it's even viable for me to continue Ubering until the springtime, but we'll see how that goes. I'm not going to just roam the roads looking for fares and burning gas that's not getting that I'm not generating income to replace. So I've got that. I've got the tech support thing that's still on the burner, and then this other option that I've got going. That's I'm going to be actually I'm going to be pulling part of my retirement. I have been fortunate to have saved a goodly amount in a 401k. My whole, even after the divorce, the part I get to keep is still substantial, and I'm going to pull a chunk of it, much against everyone's advice, I know, but I got to get something to supplement a paycheck until I can get things settled back down, everybody caught up. And trust me, your help, your contributions went a long way into enabling me to beat back the wolves at the door and get some breathing room. Really, I was quite beside myself 2 weeks ago when I decided to do this, at the risk of, you know, alienating my subscriber base, and you know, basically cutting the throat of my channel. And you know, if cash has to go away from me, then you know, we're going to be looking at will my channel even survive? Because you know, you folks didn't tune in for the sporty. Of course, a lot of you discovered me when I did the review of the 2017 Street Glide Special here, because everybody was thirsty for information on the new bike, and I was an early adopter, buying him in September of 2016. Yeah, welcome to Knoxville, boys and girls. It's gonna be bumping to bumper today. I expected this. I got out of the house late, of course, as is my habit now. It seems I can't be anywhere on time because I've gotten into the habit of not having to be anywhere. So we're going to get that taken care of real quick, because the new job will be, yes, from the house, but it will be a there's a time to log in and a time to log out, and they frown upon not being available when you should be available. I've learned quite a bit about call centers here in the last year or so. I've had a couple friends work at one based here in Chattanooga, or there in Chattanooga, and they are cutthroat. The pay isn't phenomenal. It's quite better than minimum wage, but it's not phenomenal. You can't make a living on it unless you're just frugal to frugal's extent. If you can take a dime and make a quarter out of it, then you'll be all right that way. But it's going to be part of a supplementation for me, unless I can get on and then start climbing the ladder fairly quickly, because I do have extensive years of management and supervisory experience, and I'm not sure what their team leaders make, but that's the next rung in the ladder, I believe. So that's something I can handle, I think. We'll see. The old confidence has taken a blow. Would you please accelerate, sir or madam? Confidence has taken a hit, a hard one, with my dismissal from the school, and the lack of people just champing at the bit to hire me in the interim. But it's all good. I'd rather have more interviews and less offers and finding jobs that just aren't going to work for me than just it being a dearth of everything, a silence of the dead until that one magic thing comes along and taps me on the shoulder. But I shan't ramble on about that. It's going to be a great weekend with some good friends. Lots of motorcycle riding, and I really do appreciate those folks, and I appreciate you, every single one of you that watches my channel. You didn't have to contribute to earn my thanks and my everlasting thanks. If you did give, and you know who you are, I'm not going to be calling names. You have you don't know what you've done. You really do not know what you have done. I was hopeless and helpless, but we're not going to end that on a sour note, because it's the weekend. Get your bike on if you still got riding season left. Oh, a hearty congratulations to Riding Country on his pending nuptials tomorrow, Saturday, 10/13/2018. He's finally getting made an honest woman, and he'll be married, and the scandal will die down, at least for a little while, but that's okay. He'll do it, and all kidding aside, congratulations, Dave and Cheryl. I have not met the future missus, but I have met the mister, and if she is fine a caliber of individual as he is, then they're going to do all right. Happy wedding, my friends, and happy honeymoon, and we'll catch you on the flip side. And as I always like to say, ride 'em if you got 'em, and live long and prosper.